I don't give a fuck about shit. Only thing she tell me, Diamond, you don't give a fuck. Girl, yeah, I do. Only thing I care about is you. And money, yeah, that too. And my weed, I gotta have that too. Otherwise, you know it's only you. It's only you. Only thing I care about is you. Only you. Do you fuck with me like I fuck with you? I fuck with you. Can you trust in me like I trust you? Gave her money to go shopping, she like, nah, this shit ain't cool. Unless I can buy some more of you. You got game, baby girl, you a fool. She be like, everything I say to you is true. I'm just trying to be around you. I'm just trying to get it like you do. Running game, baby girl, you a fool. Might have to let you treat my face like a stool. I just wanna be around you. I can't wait to be around you. I just need to be around you. Can't just give her one, she need the round two. And after she could help me smoke a pound too. Both our exes was some fucking clowns too. She like my style, my flow, my sound, my bars too. I'm so in love, I need a matching tattoo. Cause I just wanna be around you. I can't wait to be around you. I just need to be around you. I'm so in love, I think I need a tattoo.
None but my real ones around me. If you ain't getting money, you can get the fuck around me. Cause the cash rules everything around me. And as a young kid coming up, they would tell me, young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get your cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get your cream. Gotta go hard for the mail. It's hard out here for a young black male. Me and my nigga got locked in a cell.
Okay, cool.
Hands in cuffs and I still said a prayer. On Drew Court, putting one in the air. If the money right, then we all smoke good. Some like blunts and some niggas like wood. Sure. Me, I had my kush in the backwood. Hanging out the window when we driving down the west side. Looking like who wanted out here. Man, I gotta get some money out here. Cause these niggas hella funny out here. Looking at the road I'm on, I reminisce when I was broken on them nights like this. I wish that I would hit the lottery. And I wish a nigga would try to try me. Cause I got none but my real ones around me. If you ain't getting money, you can get the fuck around me. Cause the cash rules everything around me.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm just gonna mute.
And as a young kid coming up, they would tell me, young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get your cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get the cream. Young nigga get your cream. Gotta go hard for the dough. We all gon' eat, man, the squad gon' blow. When my nigga got locked by the post, I was in the A trying to get it on the road. Trying to make a living out here, let them know. You can have a job, you can still be broke. It's real.
What is going on, everybody? We are live, back at it again. Another episode of One on One with Solo and Diamond. I'm Solo.
And I'm Diamond. Boom, 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 boom. What's good?
Man, so I guess let's just recap what the fuck we just watched, bro. That fucking game was pretty
okay.
intense.
So if anybody knows the One on One with Solo and Diamond podcast, they know we love two things: the Lakers, and Brandon Ingram. And today we're starting the show off with something that's directly opposed to both of those things that we love so much. And that is the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum and the amazing double overtime victory they just put off versus the Clippers. That we were live texting each other the whole time throughout the game. It was back and forth. It was a great game, and Tatum really struck. He really showed that he's really arrived today. For his haters, for his naysayers, for his fans, he showed like, okay, yeah, I'm really with this. Like, my bag is big, and I'm going to get buckets whenever.
Exactly. That shit was so impressive to see, man, because you always kind of like wonder why everyone loves Tatum more than like Brandon Ingram, or like they just hype him up so much. And we really got to see why, like in this game.
Oh, yeah.
And against one of the better, I mean, probably the best defensive team in the league, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the actual stats, but they got,
not by the numbers, but by the players, yeah, shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They got guys that can switch 1 through 5. I mean, it's a terrifying fucking game to have to stop who you're stopping on the offensive end and still get buckets the way he did, man. It was fucking impressive. That's like the only word I can like sum it up in. It's just impressive. That shit was crazy.
Super crazy. Butter from 3. His handle was on point today, finishing in the lane. I mean, being so confident and aggressive and telling guys, like, get out of my way, like, I got this. Like, I'm going to bring us home tonight. You know what I mean? Just that mentality, that mindset, and then the skill set to back it up versus elite defenders that are elite at stopping what you do best. You know what I mean? Like, they're good at stopping that isolation one-on-one type of game. Like, that's what they do, is stop people from being able to get into that. And Tatum got into it like it was nothing. Like he was playing the damn Charlotte Bobcats.
Made that shit almost look easy. Like it was
for real.
It was impressive. It was so impressive to see Tatum do everything he was able to do. Like get to his spots, look like a veteran, look like someone who deserved to be on the All-Star team. Like because we were talking about it like Siakam, Tatum, those are 2 guys I could probably live without on that team. But I don't know now. I mean, you're talking about Bradley Beal, bro. Like, Bradley Beal, you're on the Wizards by yourself on the Eastern Conference. You should be going at least for like a 9th, anywhere from 10 to 8 in the playoff rankings. I know the team is bad, but you're that great of a star. That's how we see you as. You're at that tier.
Exactly.
Tatum.
And you're averaging 29-something, damn near 30 points per game.
Tatum, on the other hand, I mean... Fuck, he's low key stepped up in a big way and has done it low key quietly too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he lost some of his sizzle kind of ran out last year with his whole hype from his rookie season, and then everybody projected him to be this big old thing last year, and he never became that. So yeah, his buzz kind of fizzled away, and then with Kemba coming in and Kemba kind of galvanizing that team and becoming the captain of that team. And it's like, oh, man, Kemba is such a better fit than Kyrie. And then you have Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown probably got off to a little bit better start this year than Jason Tatum did. And then Tatum has just picked it up consistently, having good games as Jaylen Brown has been hurt. But they've all 3 of them, they have a legit big 3. You know what I'm saying? It's low-key. People don't talk about it. But when you talk about Kemba and what he brings to the table, you talk about Jaylen Brown and what he brings to the table on both ends, and Tatum, will we just see him be as a closer and what he can do behind the 3-point line as far as efficiency? I mean, they're a good, legitimate big 3. Like they have just as good to me. Like we talked about the East. For one, I just want to tell any fan out there that there's a lot of good basketball coming up here pretty soon until the season's over. We can get into that a little bit later, but I'm gonna focus back onto the Celtics and what they can do in the Eastern Conference. Last time we were live on air, I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks ago, but I said, like, Milwaukee, yeah, that's cool. What they're doing is amazing, but I think they can be had in the playoffs. And the team I mentioned was Miami. I mentioned Miami by name, that Miami, I think, could get them. Well, now I'm looking at what Philly just did against the Lakers a couple Saturdays ago and what they just did to the Clippers. And then I'm seeing what Boston just did to the Clippers and what Boston just did to the Lakers not too long ago in the very recent future. And I'm like, this Eastern Conference playoff race is going to be a lot more competitive and fiery and like down to the wire than people are really talking about. People are like, oh well, all the gloves are going to be off out west, and in which they are. It's going to be insane out west, but I think it's going to be almost just as insane out east too, because these teams are coming with it. Like Toronto's no easy out. Miami, we know what they can do. Milwaukee's going to win damn near 70 games this year. Boston is right there. Philly's finding their rhythm again now that they moved Al Horford to the bench and opened up the floor for Ben and Joel. I mean, Indiana's no slouch. I mean, the East, it's going to be fun. We have a lot of great basketball coming up here, and I just hope basketball fans are ready to lock in and see a lot of great basketball.
Yeah, as you mentioned those names, man, as you're saying them, there's low key no favorite. I'm hearing those names, the Bucks, the Heat, and I'm thinking of the players, I'm thinking of the coaching staff, I'm thinking of schemes. Like, again, this is all within 30 seconds as you're saying all of this. But as I think of this shit, bro, all of them have just a team full of guys that could step up or not have a good night, and they could easily lose in whatever round that they're in. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that surefire all-star squad like a lot of these teams on the West, which makes it so difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
On the East, it's really just Giannis. It's Giannis. That's the one star that's there. Everybody else are just really good teams.
And it's a squad.
And I just don't know yet if Giannis is great enough to defeat any of these really good teams by himself.
And man, we get to find out. That's the best. Yeah. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool about what's coming up this year. So many questions are going to be answered. Is this Tatum super closer? This 6'8" closer can hit his shots from anywhere, can get to the rim like he was tonight. Is that coming for the rest of the year? You know what I'm saying? People have given him a lot of credit for what he's done in the playoffs previously. Is he going to give them this in these playoffs when the money's on the line? That makes the Celtics even that much more scary.
Much more scary.
I mean? Like, and they're going to be getting Robert Williams back, who they say is going to be getting good minutes for them after the All-Star break as a rim protector and a small ball five and as an athlete. So, I mean, they got a good team. They play some of those young guys. Grant Williams, he made some good defensive plays. He had like a really good block, and he got the rebound right after the block in crunch time tonight. Like, they're good, man. And they're obviously well coached. Miami's obviously well coached. Milwaukee, like, it's a lot. And then think of we just talked about day before yesterday. Me and you were having a conversation about the Pacers and then beating Milwaukee. And you're like, this is an impressive ass win. And I'm like, oh well, no, Giannis. You're like, no, this is still an impressive ass win because of all the different moving factors that were involved in that game last night. And that just shows you Indiana's just bringing back Victor Oladipo. Like, you let me know last night, like, no, Indiana's a team really barely getting their shit back together and becoming a whole team again. So imagine how scary they're going to be going forward.
If Oladipo
got 6 weeks of basketball to get into premium basketball Oladipo type shape before the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And on top of Brogdon, Sabonis, who's becoming
all-star.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got all the right pieces now, and I'm not afraid. Like, if I'm the Pacers, I look at the teams out on the East, I'm not afraid of what the fuck I gotta go up against. Like the Raptors too. The fact that they've been able to do what they've been able to do without Kawhi and without Green, you know what I'm saying? Like, losing those guys but not losing a step. Bro, there's nobody in the East I'm afraid of. Any team out East that's within that top 5, they can literally come out the East and play in the finals, man.
And you have I think the Nets are the team holding the 8th seed right now. If Kyrie is coming back healthy after this All-Star break, I'm not saying the Nets are super dangerous. They seem to have a lot of moving parts and a lot of little weird things going on over there. But if Kyrie's fully healthy, they start gelling the last 6 weeks of the year, they lock up their playoff seed. Do you really want to see Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie, a bunch of shooters, and that well-coached team in the playoffs? Like, I mean, it's really going to be thick out there, just like it's going to be in the West. And I don't think, your national media hasn't really picked up on how special of a last part of the basketball season we're about to embark on. Like, all the matchups out West are going to be big. The Lakers and Clippers are going to play each other 2 more times. They still got to make up that game. You know what I'm saying? They still got to make up that game and really figure out what's going to go on with this Western Conference. Now, I'm happy. Obviously, it's hard to root for the Celtics, but for Western Conference standings purposes, I was rooting for the Celtics tonight because now the Lakers have a 4-game lead on the Nuggets and a 5-game lead on the Clippers. Yep. So, I mean, that is just, you can add, like, going into the season, if I'm telling you, okay, it's going to be All-Star break with 30-something-ish games left, and the Lakers are going to have a 4-game lead on the second seed, and they're going to have a 5-game lead on the Clippers, we'd be like, I'll take that shit in a heartbeat. AD and LeBron must be going crazy together. Like, you know what I mean? Frank Vogel must have really worked out. You know what I mean? Jason Kidd and Frank Vogel must have really, worked out together. Rob Pelinka must have really made the right decisions in free agency. Like, we would be like, damn, that's crazy. Because this was supposed to be the Civil War this year. You know what I'm saying? And it still is, I think, going to be in the end when it comes down to Lakers and Clippers. But as far as who's been the most consistent team out west in the first half of the season, it's been the Lakers. Because whether people want to say, oh, they beat a lot of bad teams and they're 16-9 since they were 24-3 or whatever people like to say, that's all well and good. But you have to beat who's in front of you, and teams could get got any given night. Kawhi and Paul George were just healthy right after Minnesota made the Andrew Wiggins for D'Lo trade. D'Lo didn't even play, and Minnesota beats the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi both playing over 30 minutes that game, given that they're all both ends. So anybody can get got. The fact that the Lakers don't get got and still, compete. I mean, I guess the only game that was a big game that they didn't even compete in was the Boston game. I mean, I think that's the only game where I'm looking at the Lakers like, oh, you motherfuckers didn't even show up tonight. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, every big game, they've been right there in it. It's just that, we've had some choke moments and we've had some weirdo type moments in big games versus Milwaukee when Giannis hits 1,000,000 threes, hasn't done it since, or versus the Clippers when Patrick Beverly rips the ball off the top of LeBron's head. You know what I'm saying? Like on Christmas. I mean, we've taken these weird losses and they do suck. But at the same time, it's like, I'm very, very happy with where my team is.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And you got to be very happy if you're Denver.
Oh, yeah.
What's good? Cole the man on Twitch say, yo, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? How's your night going?
Yeah, man, I hope you're having a good one, man. There's a lot of NBA stuff going on, man. Whatever you got to say it. We're going to talk about it.
Let us know what you think, bro. Get in the conversation. But, man, if I'm Denver, I'm extremely excited. You start off really slow and you finish second in the All-Star break.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm, man, before we even get into that, fucking Zion, bro, making Steven Adams look like he's a plush toy. That's fucking
making everybody look like children.
It's insane. Still missing Kobe. Oh, yep. Cody Man on Twitch says still missing Kobe. Yeah, it's
all
sad.
Day, every day.
Yeah,
Black Mamba for life, for real.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up, man. But fucking Zion, I'm really impressed with Zion, bro. I had my doubts. I was one of those guys that, when he came back, I was thinking Ja has this Rookie of the Year shit in the bag. Even when he was coming into the league, man, I was just like, there's so much pressure on this guy. And not only that, his game isn't really like, he's not fine-tuned. You know what I'm saying?
It's all based off power.
Yeah.
He's going into the league with men, you know what I'm saying, that are going to be longer than him. And
that is not the case. Matter. Zion is a fucking monster. That guy is one of those generational talents. 10, 15 years from now, we're going to look back and say, dude, this was Zion's league. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that's going to be in Legardum. Like 1 through 5, no one. You see when they had that switch on Dennis Schroeder? They had this play where they had a switch on Dennis Schroeder, and he was over there trying to block, trying to front Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
That shit looked ridiculous. It looked even more ridiculous because that was even, I believe, after the fact that he fucking had Steven Adams in the stands with a crucial spin move. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, he's so crazy, bro. His short area burst is like, I'm changing sports here, but his short area burst and quickness is like what defensive line coaches dream about. Like, you can cover that much ground in that little of space. You can do that much damage in that bit of a short area. All he needs is those 3 to 4 feet from the middle of the paint to the basket, and it's a wrap. You're at his mercy, and he's 19. That's like, I don't know what this is Shaq-esque. He's going to be this generation's, modern Euro basketball, this modern European NBA. He's this Shaq for this type of NBA.
What do you think about this?
It's a problem.
What do you think about this? In a few years from now, I wouldn't even say a few years. Let's just say like, let's go a decade. All right, it's 2030. Is the 2030 big man Zion Williamson? Is it going to be a 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", athletic, huge, stocky guy who can do everything, dribble, who can do all of that shit? Is that the new big man?
Bro, that's where the league is headed. Andre Drummond just got traded for Brandon Knight in a second-round pick.
We didn't even discuss that.
You know what I'm saying? Andre Drummond just got traded for Brandon Knight in a second-round pick. Clint Capella was a throwaway to get Robert Covington back.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my goodness.
They're both the same type of player. And they're both very super talented players. They both got like, okay, we'll be good without you. We don't need your type anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Detroit hooked up Cleveland. It wasn't like
exactly
that was a friendly move. You know what I'm saying? They could have easily got a first round pick, not just like from any team, really. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what Detroit was doing there, man. I mean, if they wanted to give away guys, they should have just said that. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted to just give them away, they should have said that. Let the Lakers know, like, fuck.
So to answer your question, I think those trades and what those players were worth on the open market and what those teams even wanted back for them, I think that really shows you where this is going.
It started with DeMarcus, bro.
Exactly. And I want you to look at players that that just got paid in the last wave of like those 2014, 2015, 2016 free agency paydays. What type of players got paid then? And what type of players are about to get paid in free agency over the next few seasons? Nobody like Mozgov is getting a big deal ever again.
No.
Ever. You're never giving that guy a big deal again. Athletic big men, I think, are about to be really like on the cheap. You know what I'm saying? I think
guys like Nerlens.
Exactly. Those guys are like minimum players now, or like mid-level exception players now, because what can I really do with you? I can use you sparingly, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Are there going to be some teams that zig while everyone else is zagging and just go big like the Lakers? The Lakers, though, have Anthony Davis isn't from this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of times where Dwight and JaVale, we know we watch every game. There's a lot of times where Dwight and JaVale can't play. They're not useful. You can't have them on the court because of what you're matching up against. Anthony Davis, there's nothing you can do with him. So, yeah, certain teams can try, you know what I'm saying? And I wonder how I'm even looking at it from a draft perspective. I like Onyeka Okonyungwe or whatever from USC. I like James Wiseman. What are they? What are they? What is their draft stock? Is their draft stock hurt because of what Houston's doing? Because of what Boston can do with the small ball? Because of what the Clippers can do with the small ball? Like, do you just need James Wiseman to play a Zubac type of role? Or are you going to try to build your front court around him? Right now, he's just a shot blocker and a lob finisher. Same with dude from USC. I'm not going to keep mispronouncing his name.
Respect.
I say it really good in my head, too, by the way. I say his name phenomenally in my head, but when I try to say it out loud, I don't know. Something happens. But, dude from USC and James Wiseman should both be top 5 to 7 picks. I want to see where they end up by the time this is all said and done.
Because right now, if you're not a center that can no longer play like a Karl Anthony Towns, or I don't really can play like an Embiid, you're not a guy that anybody's gonna want right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, no one wants to pay a big man that can rebound and catch a lob and play D a maximum contract. Those guys, Clint Capella, I'm pretty sure his next contract is gonna be very DeAndre Jordan-ish, around the 10 to 12 mil. Andre Drummond is probably the only one I still see maybe getting a max contract because that dude.
Because he's the rebounding champ. He's
Yeah,
always going to be the best rebounder in the NBA. He's always going to. His agent is always going to be able to tell the team, "You want the best rebounder in the league or no?" So he's a little bit different, but he still might drag his team down from having from reaching their ceiling if everybody's going to start playing this. Everybody is either 6'4" to 6'9", and cut everything else off.
Yeah, not just that. Like, you're now occupying half of your team's salary to be able to build a great team for a guy that isn't able to really impact the game in the way that you need to be able to get wins. So it's a crazy, crazy world we're living in when we're talking about fucking really star big men. I can't say all-star or superstar because they're really not that, but
impact big men.
Yeah, like they're now just
are what the
going for
NBA
nothing.
Is built off of.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is built off big men, built off their backs, like through those eras of Hakeems and all these type of guys, man, George Mikins and all this type of stuff, man, like built on the backs of big men, Shaq and everybody. And now it's like, I'd rather you be 6'7", 6'8", and very fast, twitchy, and quick, so you could chase people around the 3-point line, and you could chase screen and rolls around, and you could get through screens, and you could fight over and through screens. Like, I need that because the game is so wide open now that when I have big, slow-footed guys on the court, teams are playing zone now. Because they have big, slow guys on the court, you got to be able to try to shut off one side of the floor, so that way your quick guys can get around the perimeter and chase 3-point shooters around. So, I mean, I don't think NBA teams want to play zone for a long time, and I don't think that's what. Yeah,
I'm gonna go in with add on with a little bit of this, man. The Rockets just opened up the door for every other team that's out there that's just saying, you know what, we're not gonna get caught up in this shit with big men. Imagine, bro. Let's just imagine if the Rockets had Zion as their center. You know what I'm saying?
It's over.
It is over.
Over. His offensive rebounding ability at that size, bro.
If I'm the Pelicans,
and Westbrook more possessions. Oh my god.
If I am the Pelicans next year, bro, I don't know if I'm bringing back Derek Favors. I might just let him walk. Jackson Hayes, if he's a little bit better, I might fuck around and play with him. But at the end of the day, when it comes to like the fourth quarter, when it comes to just winning games, bro, Zion Williamson at the 5 with Brandon Ingram, with Drew Holiday, with Lonzo, with JJ Redick. You're talking about a fucking playoff team, bro. That's insane.
Let me tell you where this is so crazy. Okay, so I want to talk about everything you just said right now because it was all so like exactly what I want to talk about right now. So let me go back to Houston, and then we're going to swing our way back to the Pelicans and all this new stuff and all this revolutionary stuff we're seeing in the NBA. Why did the Rockets get to debut their new small ball, we're changing up everything against the biggest team and the best team in the West? Got to debut it and put it out there and promote it for the whole world to see on national TV and beat us pretty convincingly-ish.
No, yeah,
while we have all of our big monsters and nobody's more than 6'7" on the floor for them.
Yeah, they're for real. They're for real with that little ass team.
Present it right there. It got to be debuted for all other teams to see, for everybody in the world to see that was interested in watching basketball that night. And it looked like very effective.
I mean, even Boston is taking notes.
Yep.
Like letting Horford go, letting Baines go, keeping the smaller Daniel Tice, keeping
more versatile.
Grant Williams, 6'7". He was out there guarding Montrezl Harrell tonight.
Exactly.
Bro.
I didn't even see Zubac get any run in crunch time tonight for the Clippers at all.
Yeah.
At all. Not even a little bit of burn. Like, those are dinosaurs, slowly but surely.
Anthony Davis.
They're versatile. And now to go to creep back into New Orleans. Jackson Hayes, we had our draft special. I ranted, I raved. I said, I really like this kid. I'm not even sure what his true value to the Pelicans is going to be besides I'll probably start him so he could get the jump ball in the beginning of the game, get some fouls, block some shots, and get out the game so Zion can play small ball 5 and we can really play our style of basketball.
He's low-key Zion's backup now.
Exactly. There is no, they're going to play, they're the front court of your future. That's out. That's out of here.
Mm-hmm.
They could both play in your front court in the future, but they're not your front court of the future. Either they're going to have to get a really sharp shooting power forward, or they could just add another wing to it, honestly. Who even cares? Does it even matter?
It
I'm not
really
sure
doesn't.
if it matters.
Because
Because in old style NBA, I'll be like, okay, well, you got Zion, he plays like that. You may want to add like a Lauri Markkanen type of power forward, but that guy's going to be slow-footed and get in the way anyway, so you probably don't even want that type of player next to a Zion.
Oh my goodness, the Rockets just flipped the league on its head.
In the middle of the season.
Oh man, this is insane, bro.
Their only center, bro, is Tyson Chandler, who doesn't even play.
I really hope the Pelicans are taking notes.
They
really
have to be. Small ball 5 is where it's at for Zion. It's where Zion's going to eat. It's what's going to make Zion a Hall of Fame. Everything you ever wanted out of him is all tapped into him playing the small ball 5.
I'm going to have to look at the box scores really quick for that game because I need to see what Steven Adams was doing against Zion. And if it wasn't anything but
Steven
rebounds.
Adams was going to work on his little ass down in the post.
Like if it was only just rebounds that he was able to, you know.
He couldn't play. They couldn't keep playing him.
Steven Adams, 11 and 11.
27 minutes. 11 and 11.
He got 3 blocks, but the guy that you had to was your assignment had 32 points on your head, is a rookie, just got back from injury, and almost won this game for this fucking Pelicans team. Without Brandon Ingram, their all-star.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Without Drew Holiday, their best veteran, really contributing in a big way. Really nobody else other than JJ Redick being able to hit his shots. I mean, fucking Zion Williamson by himself. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Tiger? Tiger from Twitch said, hi. What's going on, bro?
What's good, Tiger? Whatever you got to say it, bro. We're going to talk about it.
Join the conversation, man. Right now, we're talking about Zion Williamson's amazing fucking performance against the NBA.
And the evolution of the small ball 5 and the small basketball and all this versatility that's going on.
Versa-fucking-tility. Bro, this is amazing, man. I love where the NBA is headed, man. I seen something where damn, I'm gonna scroll through Twitter right now. It says Bradley Beal now has the best scoring average of any all-star snub ever. So
yep, like 29 something, right? He's averaging.
Do we value this? Like, should we value this? Should we value what Bradley Beal is able to do on the basketball floor if he's not winning?
Man, it's like, dude, like from when we were kids watching the NBA, you know how many of our all-star favorite guys that were wowing us during All-Star Weekend had shitty records with their teams? I mean, it was like damn near half the guys. You know what I'm saying? We're on terrible teams out there in the East, like T-Max Orlando teams and shit. When Antonio McDyess was making all-star teams with the weak-ass Nuggets that used to wear brown.
Like, I can't believe you just dropped that name. Ain't nobody in this chat gonna know who Antonio McDyess is. That's crazy, bro.
Hey,
he was good.
I just want to impart wisdom on you youngsters. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that's been good in this league and making all-star teams and not winning. That's really my point. I could bring up a whole bunch of random ass names. That's gonna make you react like that because we know basketball like that, and our memories travel back that far. But the point is that the game has changed, and it's like LeBron is at the epicenter of how we look at people and how it's only rings or bust. And Kobe, rest his beautiful black mama's soul, is a part of this too. So obsessed with winning. I only care about winning. Get Shaq out of here, and I'm gonna fucking be so crazy about winning. I'm gonna score 81 on the Raptors, and I'm still gonna be pissed every offseason. And I'm gonna tell them I'm going to Chicago or the Clippers unless they get me help. Then they give me Paul Gasol, and I'm in 3 straight finals. Only judge me for my winning. Winning is all that matters. LeBron James, Oh, you got to the finals as like a 22, 23-year-old, lead your team to the finals. Don't care you lost. Oh, you get back there versus the Mavericks, new to the Heat. Oh, don't care you lost. Ran you out of Cleveland the first time because you were not winning, and that's all people care about. The stats, fine. 28, 9-9. Do whatever you want to do. Fly through the damn gym. Jump over fucking Jason Terry. Jump over John Lucas III. Do whatever you want. But if you're not winning, we don't care. It doesn't even matter. You're not the chosen one. You're not the king because you're not winning. That's all the media did year after year after year after year, to where now everybody is so focused on winning. Now Kevin Durant's not really happy in OKC. I got to get rings because I can't stay here if I don't get rings, and I'm not going to be on the level I want to be considered to be on, and they're going to kill me on First Take tomorrow, and da-da-da. Like, I'm going to get killed in this media. Then my Twitter inbox is going to be going crazy, and my Instagram handle is going to be going crazy, and everybody's going to be calling me this and a cupcake and this and that. Like, everybody's so, we created the hyper focus on winning. You cannot, like, fans today and media today think you shouldn't even be having fun playing basketball if you're not winning. Think about that. People have been dreaming about playing basketball their whole lives to make it to be one of 450 guys to play in this, this league that guys like us obsess over. They get there, they want to have fun. No, don't have fun. What are you doing jersey swapping for after the game? You're 5-25. What do you want to make an all-star team for? Bradley Beal, you're averaging 30. Your team's 9th, 10th, 11th in the West. Nobody even cares. Like, what are you even complaining about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this generation, is this day and age, and it's the way that it's going to be going forward. That's why the clock is already starting to tick on the Trae Youngs of the world, the Luka Doncic's of the world. They're in their second year. And if they're not winning by the time they're in their 5th, 6th year, people are going to start jersey swapping them on other teams with the quickness. And people see that. People get those shares. People see those memes. People are going to see Luka photoshopped into a Lakers jersey, or Trae Young photoshopped into a Heat jersey, like coming soon, or only time will tell, or some shit like that. And you don't know, oh, well, did Trae Young's brother or his cousin, did they like that Instagram post? Oh, now we got to blow that up. You know what I'm saying? It's just this day and age. It's a good thing because it explodes their brands, and these guys become celebrities even when they might not even really deserve to be celebrities. And then it's a bad thing because, like, nobody's going to let up on you. Everybody's on your neck 24/7. You're going to turn on your TV. You're going to look at your phone. I mean, people are going to be talking about you and what you did, whether you're helping your team win or not. It's just this era.
Yeah, you can see that with, I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened from like a couple weeks ago to now being this week where Joel Embiid's getting fucking booed in his home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the man is winning, but it's like, yo, there's just so much shit that these players got to deal with now in order to, like you just said, add on to their legacy. Yep. And fans low key just don't have really just no patience. We don't have no sympathy for any of these guys. We really just see them as even our assets, and that's kind of crazy.
Can I expound on that a little bit? Because you just brought that to my attention.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Fans, random basketball fans, they do things like have podcasts, right? And have Twitter handles and have followings, right?
Yep.
And so, and media types do this too. Your national media types do this as well. We have these followings and we say these things on these airwaves. We say something and then we don't want to let off of that opinion. Mm-hmm. So we are like solely focused on what we said and what people have heard us say, and so we're championing it. We are Lakers. We're Brandon Ingram fans. We've said so many things that when the Lakers win big games, we want to go crazy and we want to go and tell everybody, look, you know what I'm saying? Our Lakers did this. We did this. We're the guys that said the Lakers were going to do this. Like, nobody wants to hear this podcast if the Lakers beat the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. Like, we are going to go so absolutely ape shit that it's not even going to be any fun for anybody unless they're a Laker fan. And that's going on with every team in every section and every player of the NBA. They have people who champion them and raise them up. And when you get raised up, it just sets you up to be tore down. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we've said our pieces about the Lakers. We want it to happen. We want everything to be right. if we said all this and Anthony Davis averages 13 points and 6 rebounds in the Western Conference Finals versus the Clippers, I mean, we're going to have some things to say about him. And so is the rest of the NBA and all of Laker Nation and everybody. It's just how it is. We've bigged you up because we're expecting something from you. We've gotten into arguments in our on our Twitter mentions, and we're going back and forth with fans from this team and fans from that team. It's like it's made it so crazy with the NBA. I'm sure this happens in the NFL, and I'm sure it happens in baseball and hockey, soccer. I'm sure fans are like this, but it's so crazy in the NBA because everything is so wide open. Everything is so, we could tweet out the right thing and we could be on the Laker channel. They'll read our tweet across the screen as long as we say something that catches their attention. You know what I'm saying? That we don't got to be nobody, but our tweets could get on TV. Our tweets could get on, be retweeted by the official Lakers Twitter handle or the official Wizards or whoever your team is. You know what I'm saying? Just so many people have voices and so many people's opinions matter, even if they shouldn't. That's why KD was like, yeah, I'm still doing the burner accounts to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so much being said. It's just everything is so concentrated and focused on, are you winning? Are you helping me? Are you helping my opinion be correct? Just like Max Kellerman, I don't know how many people are listening right now, how many people watch First Take. Max Kellerman, he said so much about how the Clippers and Kawhi, this and that. He's not allowed to say anything good about the Lakers anymore. He can't. It's like his brand is to not say anything good about the Lakers, except for trying to say, well, I am a Lakers fan. I did work out there, but here's why they have no chance against Kawhi and the Clippers. Why can't he not come off of that? Because he's already said it. He's already said it on his Twitter. He said it on his show and everything else. So now he can't come off of that because now people are going to be like, oh, look at you, Max. You're not sticking to your guns. You're not sticking to your point. You said the Clippers were going to win, no doubt. And now Max can't come off of that. He has to fight his good fight to the end. It's like it puts everybody in this weird kind of competitive kind of mode. It's like you have to choose sides. Like nobody's on the internet like, you know what I'm saying, speaking peace like, oh, you guys know what, man? LeBron and Michael Jordan were both good and just good for their eras, and we don't have to complain about them. No, everybody's picked a side, and everybody wants to figure out if they're right or wrong. Jordan fans watch LeBron and hope he fails so they can say, ha, look, my guy's better. LeBron fans look for LeBron to succeed so they can look at Jordan fans and say, ha, look at your guy. He never did this. He couldn't pass like my guy can. He can't do this like my guy can. He didn't go up against the Spurs like LeBron did or KD's Warriors like LeBron did. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is like posted, like planted their flag, and it's just this crazy thing, and it's not stopping anytime soon. It's only getting crazier.
Yeah, I mean, sports, man, it's a real thing where that's about as close to the streets as you can get. I'm gonna just say, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to know what gang affiliation is like, go on NBA Twitter and go talk shit right now about somebody. Go talk shit about Jason Tatum and big up Brandon Ingram right now, this second.
They're coming for you.
Your head is getting. Man, bro, remember that dude we argued with because of calling Brandon Ingram a generational talent before
he blew up this year.
Yeah, before he blew up this year. This was in the beginning of the season, and we had a guy arguing the term generational, right?
Exactly.
Generational in a generation, right? In a whole fucking generation of people, there's gonna be a few people that are just the best of the best.
Extraordinary.
That's generational talent. Extraordinary people, the best of the best. There isn't just one person. Just one. That's the GOAT. That one person is the GOAT. Michael Jordan was the GOAT of the 80s, 90s. Kobe Bryant was the GOAT of the early 2000s. And now you got LeBron. You know what I'm saying? This is how it works. We have GOATs. But every generation has a crop of guys that are fucking amazing. And they all need to be kind of just seen that way. And people are just so quick to argue something because they feel differently, and not just that, but because they want to be right. They, like you said, they want to be the one to point the finger and say, yo, this is what I think. It doesn't align with what you think. You know what I'm saying? It's a funny world we live in today, man. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants, and we can be. Whether it's 1 like, 2 likes, 3 likes. If something didn't get enough likes, you still want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. Still get your opinion out there no matter what.
And I don't know if maybe I'm not in those communities, like within soccer, football, like that. But
yeah,
I really don't feel like I see a lot of toxic.
As much dissension as there is with NBA fans. I mean, I see it on football a little bit, but I actually don't follow a ton of football, like people and fans and shit. But I see it every once in a while. But with the NBA, it gets ugly, especially like stands. Like stands are even different from, like we stand a team in a franchise. Like we stand the Lakers. Whoever puts on that purple and gold, we are going to get behind them unless they show us that they don't deserve us getting behind them.
Shout out to Eminem one time. I just got to say that because
he started that shit.
Yeah, Stan. So
that's
go ahead.
Crazy.
Go ahead.
But my mind is blown right now. I'm like starting to think of the lyrics of the song and shit.
Like he's fucking he's a genius for that. Like that's crazy.
That's insane. But stands, those guys that would name their daughter after someone famous. No, but for real, like those type of guys, man, like they stand a player. Like Trae Young, you don't want to get into a beef of Trae Young stands versus Luka Doncic stands. They go at it consistently. You know what I'm saying? De'Aaron Fox stands and Lonzo Ball stands. They had their thing for the longest time. You know, Brandon Ingram stands versus Jason Tatum stands. I mean,
Lonzo Ball, D'Angelo Russell.
I hate to call myself a stan, but I've been in that. You know what I'm saying? Kobe stands versus LeBron stands. Probably the most toxic conversations you can be involved in. I mean, obviously, since everything's happened with Kobe and LeBron's on our side, it's kind of like, nobody's going there no more. And I don't think anybody should ever again. You know what I'm saying? But it'll get back up. But then you have the Mike, the old, 45-year-old guy who just seen Michael Jordan do everything perfect and can't even remember any bad plays Michael Jordan made, who's just so, bullheaded in his opinion. He don't want to hear nothing. Like, it's so many people out there in these different that see the world differently and that see this beautiful game of NBA basketball differently. I mean, you're always going to have that dissension, those toxic conversations going on on the internet, in the Instagram comments, in the Twitter mentions. Is not stopping no time soon.
What's going on, Alberto?
What's the deal, Alberto?
Yeah, he said howdy on Twitch.
What's cracking with you, Alberto?
He said, how you doing, Fred VanVleet? That's oh my goodness.
He said, you look like Fred VanVleet?
He said, I look like Fred VanVleet. I'm fucking dead. Oh my God. I'm about to ban that. Ban that. He about to get banned. Banned. I was just playing, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, that's funny as fuck, man.
Yeah, that is crazy. I didn't expect that shit. I didn't expect to come on live today and get roasted by Alberto.
Hey, man, it's all good. That's funny though.
Yeah.
But
how you
yeah, man. So
how you feel about Devin Booker kind of like low key gracefully just taking that shit in, like being an all-star, an injury
and the 3-point
all-star
shootout contestant. It's like,
oh, Alberto said we talking hoops. All right, all I gotta say is Rockets in 6 against who?
Against who?
We talking like Lakers, Clippers, Bucks.
Like,
we talking about championship, like
everybody.
Like who we talking about? Because that first round, Rockets in 6 in the first round, I'll do that. But you get into that second round, you talking about the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Lakers?
Oh no.
He said against the Clippers, Rockets in 6 against the Clippers.
I think the Rockets are built very well to go against the Clippers.
But I think the Clippers are what the Rockets are trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how the Rockets can pull that off in 6, especially when you got 2 All-Stars that can't really move the ball like that. That are amazing, that do get assists, but it still doesn't feel like a fluid game with the Rockets. And with the Clippers, even though they got 2 serious All-Stars, it feels like a fluid game, but there's still that same ball movement that they used to have. So I don't know. I don't know if I can say that. What about you, bro?
And right now, if Houston was if the playoffs started today, which we all know they don't, I don't need anybody to tell me that they don't start today. But if they did, it would be Utah versus Houston in the first round. I don't know who I have there.
I don't know
probably
either.
Wouldn't pick either in 6.
Yeah, that could be tough. I mean, but the Rockets, I mean, they're such a good defensive team. And now you're talking about, but is Rudy Gobert even in that series?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's good either way. Like, yeah, the playoffs are going to be nuts, man. I don't know if everybody was in here in the beginning, but we just want everybody who loves basketball, man, just pay attention to what you're about to see over the next 6 weeks of regular season basketball after the All-Star game going into the playoffs. Like, dudes are going to be battling. You seen that Nuggets versus Lakers game? How greatly it was played, how much it came down to the wire. You seen this Boston versus Clippers game, how great it was played, how much it came down to the wire. It's a lot of that coming up for the rest of the season.
And after the break, guys starting to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Ingram was always one of those guys that started off late. Now he just happened to have a really good season of, you know what I'm saying, a full good season, it seems like.
And he's about to spaz after the break.
Exactly. Then you have Jokic. You know what I'm saying? He's now starting to come into shape. Denver's now starting to look like the team that we thought they would be. And around this time is where the games matter. So everybody's going to want to be at their best. Everybody's going to want to make that first team All-NBA, second team, third team to get that extra check, extra bonuses. Everybody's going to want to play really well to get those bonuses that they put in their contract. You know, some guys have to hit certain amount of threes. Incentives. Everybody, Alberto said, we just traded Capella's big ass for Robert Covington and Jordan Bell and Tucker a beast in at the 3. Bro, that's not, man. I don't know if I can consider that a flex yet because Capella is proven to work with the Rockets. You guys just got as far as to the Western Conference. Now, if you guys
lost your lob threat.
You know what I'm saying? So if you guys make it further or as far as you did without him, then I would be flexing. But right now, it looks smart. I think they're ahead of their time, the Rockets. But I just don't know if they have the correct pieces to make that leap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. But you make a solid argument. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm questioning if your fandom of the Rockets is getting the best.
Clouding your judgment a little bit.
Yep, that's what I'm questioning.
But if I was him, I would be happy if I was a Rockets fan, just like we talked about. Going into the break, if you're a fan of certain teams, you should be very happy. If you're a fan of the Lakers going into the break, you should be very happy. What are you not happy about? Haven't beat the Clippers, didn't beat Milwaukee, lost to Boston. Okay, whatever. You've been pretty consistent. If you're the Clippers, you're happy with your team, but you're not happy with the inconsistencies and Paul George's hamstring and all this other stuff. If you're Milwaukee, you're happy. If you're Denver, you're happy. If you're Utah, you're happy. If you're Houston, you're happy. There are some teams that's like, okay, we have a good chance going into this All-Star break. It's a lot of teams in the East. It's a lot of teams in the West. So we're going to see how it plays out. But I think both top 5 seeds, damn near top 6 seeds in both conferences are pretty damn good.
I low-key got to look at the standings. I got to look at the standings and see who really is happy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the Rockets or whoever it is, let's just say right now, if the playoffs were to start today, it's going to be the Thunder and the Rockets. So if you're the Rockets, you're extremely happy. But if it's the Rockets and the Mavericks, now you're starting to look at it and say, okay, Luka Doncic, who's going to stop that guy? Who's going to stop James Harden or Russell Westbrook? Of course, that's the question no matter who they play. But
look at this right now.
Yeah.
Right now, if it all stopped today, it will be Utah and Houston 4-5 matchup.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Utah, Houston.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will be Denver and Dallas in the first round, 2nd versus 7. Denver's plenty good. But if Luka's flat out the best player on the floor for the whole series, I give Dallas a pretty good chance to win that. It's not like Denver just has something that scares me so much that I don't think Luka could superstar them into a win.
And it's amazing. I'm looking just down this fucking list of teams. Literally, bro, the Pels, Suns. I don't see the Suns and Kings doing anything, but the Pels, Spurs, Blazers, could very much all be in the playoffs. And if I'm the Lakers, bro, the one couple of teams I don't want to see is going to be the Blazers, the Mavericks, now dare I say the Pels?
Yeah, you don't want to have to deal with that in the first round.
I don't want to have to. I don't want Anthony Davis to have to deal with a big body in Zion. I don't want Anthony Davis to have to deal with Derek Favors. I don't want to have to deal with Jackson Hayes' super athletic ability. I mean, I do think we get him in 4. You know what I'm saying?
4 or 5.
That's physicality though that he doesn't need at this particular time.
If you're the Lakers, this first seed means you should not get worn down in the first round, and you would hope that you don't get that worn down in the second round, because everybody else, if you don't have the first seed, you're either playing Dallas, OKC, or Houston, or something like that in the first round. You know what I'm saying? If you have the top seed, okay, Memphis, for sure. The Clippers, if it ended right now, have to play OKC. I'm not saying that OKC would really challenge them, but I wouldn't be surprised if, oh, shit, OKC pushed them to 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's impressive. You know, that could happen. The Lakers are pretty much sweeping anybody involved except for Portland, probably. Portland with a healthy Dame, but now Dame's out for damn near 2 weeks after the All-Star break. They're probably going to fall off the face of the race. You know what I'm saying? Because Dame's about to be out for like 2 weeks after the break and miss games. So
Alberto on Twitch just said, I'm just worried about LeBron stepping up like Kawhi did last playoff and won it all. That man is the GOAT. Because Kobe and Brown was like tight.
You should never worry about LeBron James in the playoffs. If this isn't, maybe if it was 2010, 2011, maybe even 2002, you might want to say, okay, you have to do it again.
He's worried about him as a fact, as him being a Rockets fan, I would say. I think that's how he means
I thought he was saying, I'm worried about, if LeBron can do what Kawhi did last year. I was like, whoa. But yeah, I understand that. Yeah, as a Rockets fan, I'd be very scared of LeBron going LeBron in the playoffs, not LeBron going Kawhi, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so he lives in Houston. I'm Rockets all the way.
Okay, I feel it.
Yeah. I mean, you should be worried because LeBron is a GOAT. You should. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I know LeBron is gonna come up and be LeBron. What I'm hoping for, what I'm really hoping for, is Anthony Davis. Us seeing Anthony Davis we haven't seen yet.
Yes, I'm ready for that.
That's what everybody should be afraid of. Is playoff Anthony Davis, extremely confident, extremely what's it called? What's that
happy
word? When you're just man, I can't think of it. But that Bron going beast mode. AD, is Cousins still out? Cousins, I believe, is gonna be back before the playoffs. That dude is already hooping. He's already hooping.
Working out with Phil Handy every day. He's already back to doing his weight-bearing stuff. It's really just about working him back into the team whenever they really decide to start working on that. You know what I'm saying? Get him 5-on-5 and 3-on-3s and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the Lakers are going to be a problem, man. And hopefully, I'm hoping we're one of the teams that clicks late. I don't want to be one of those teams that still we win a couple, we lose. We drop the big games. We need to be able to just tighten up. Everybody, oh man, we need to be able to play Caruso. Dude.
Yeah.
That last game against Denver was so it was just so frustrating.
Yep. Gotta be able to play Caruso, man.
That shit is wild. I gave Rondo all the chances in the world. Everybody that's watched this podcast, I mean, and my boy here knows, man, I've given guys so many passes yo, you got to just give him time. He could have a bounce back year. Dwight clearly is having a bounce back year and everybody was throwing him under the bus. But, bro, Rondo is just, it's over now. He shouldn't be playing.
He's such a negative. He brings the team down so much. It's damn, I get it in theory. You know what I'm saying? Super genius IQ. You know what I'm saying? This guy's supposed to be this and that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Father Time just doesn't wait for nobody. When he wants to take you, he's taking you. He's definitely taking Rondo. I thought Rondo was the worst player on the team last year. I don't think any different this year.
Yeah, it's I get what you want to do with this guy, but look at what you're doing with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Dwight really turned his shit around. Rondo needs to go. Yep, exactly. Exactly.
100%.
One Megan bite. Dwight really turned his shit around. Rondo needs to go. That is definitely the fucking
Dwight was
message
Dwight
of
was
the day.
spectacular yesterday
Oh
with
yeah,
that Lakers versus Nuggets game. Dwight was amazing.
him and Caruso, bro, they just bring a different energy to this team. And
For real. And go
when
ahead.
when Bradley plays, like when he becomes like invested in a fucking game, bro, when he's invested in stopping somebody, chasing somebody around, like he doesn't shy away from none of that shit. Fighting over screens, closing
Yep.
out, trying to steal. You know what I'm saying? And it's infectious. You
Yep.
can see that shit. And when Caruso starts to come in and kind of play like the way he's doing, and then Dwight, and then now you see KCP making smart plays, and LeBron hustling, and then Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like we could really be
Anthony
a
Davis
fucking
doesn't stop.
yeah. We
I just
could.
want people to know the freakness of Anthony Davis. I could sum it up in so many different ways, but there was a specific play in crunch time yesterday where LeBron got like a layup and he missed it. And when LeBron was taking this layup I'm talking about, Anthony Davis was laid on the floor under the basket, just got pushed over. By the time LeBron went up for the layup and the layup was falling off the rim, AD was already back up in the air, tipping the ball in for one of the most crucial baskets of the game yesterday. That's what this guy's second level, this guy's next level, man. Like AD has really won me over as a fan. Not that we watched him all of 2012. We fucking broke down him as a draft prospect. So AD's nothing new to me and Solo. But he's new to us as far as being on our favorite team that we've loved our entire life. And one thing that he's shown to me is his intangibles, the IQ, the hustle. I never knew AD was like a give it 110% every play kind of guy. That's why he gets nicked up all the time. He's always on the damn floor because he's always giving it his all, especially on the defensive end of the court. Like, I'm so impressed with him intangibly. You know, you hear certain things about superstars that don't want to work as hard or don't want to give it their all. Like, you know how people are pissed with Karl Anthony Towns because like something is missing defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, people are like, when is he going to get out of Minnesota? And his stock is falling. Cat's stock is falling, not because he's so much less talented than AD. He doesn't have that fire, that tenacity, that I'll do whatever it takes to win type thing that AD has. And I actually don't think AD gets enough credit for that at all. Not from fans or the national media. From what I see from dude every day, it's like he'll damn near rip his arm out the socket to get a block shot if it means the Lakers are going to win or lose, especially on game-winning defensive plays. He's had so many of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many of them, like, dude, this dude is next level, man. He'll do whatever it takes. Like, this is my franchise player for the next 10 years. I don't care what nobody says. He's resigning. This is my guy. Like, I've attached myself to the Anthony Davis train. No Mills.
No, yeah. So Alberto just says Timberwolves just got Russell, so I wonder how they'll play with Towns.
They have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
I'll say that. They have a lot of work to do to improve that roster. That roster, if they can come back with Karl Towns and D'Angelo Russell next year, they'll win 28 games at best. And both of them could perform like all-stars. Like, that roster is trash.
Yeah, I could see them both getting about 25 a game and then having a losing record. I could definitely see that.
I definitely think that's what's about to happen next year. They're going to have a lot of fun together. It's going to be cute. They'll probably get 5 or 10 national TV games or something like, way more than they ever do get. But yeah, no, they're not going to win much at all. Their whole team, their next best player is Malik Beasley right now.
Yeah, and then you still got, he just mentioned also, Alberto just mentioned Culver. I mean, you're still wondering what he is. Hopefully next year he can take some kind of leap, but at the same time as well, you need to surround these guys with.
Who would you say, bro? Because the connection kind of dipped out.
Oh, he mentioned.
Who are we talking about?
He mentioned Culver.
Oh, yeah, he's far away, man. He's still far away.
Yeah, and so and with D'Angelo and Cat specifically, you're gonna need a guy that you're gonna need guys that can play defense. You know what I'm saying? That can play defense, that can stretch the floor, that can hit threes, and that can really play alongside two guys that are gonna dominate the ball. You know what I'm saying?
That work hard, to have good practice habits. They need a lot.
Yeah, and it's just, how do you find those guys? Because a lot of those guys are already on perfect situations. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? If you want to grab guys next year that you want to play with Russell and Cat, now you're stuck with like the Allen Crabs of the world. You're stuck with Andre Roberson if Thunder don't resign him. All guys that could only do one or the other, and it's gonna hinder them because I don't see any star other than someone that's friends with D'Angelo and Cat going in wanting to make an impact with the Timberwolves.
And honestly, their best friend Devin Booker's not that great of a fit with them. Not with this roster. I would have liked it better in Phoenix because you have your Mikal Bridges, you have your Kelly Oubre's, whoever you end up keeping. You know what I'm saying? After you made the deals, you still have, some good wings. If I was Phoenix, I would have did the deal, just didn't give up on my wings because that's what they need. Like, you really need to throw 3 wings in between D'Lo and Cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need like some Derrick Jones Jr.'s. You need like some Danny Greens, some, I don't know, some guys like Eric Pascal. They should try to get Eric Pascal from the Warriors with D'Lo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need some versatility, some defense, some tough nose, some 3-point shooting. Like, they need like 3, 6, 7 guys that just bring it every night, and that's just not out there.
And they got such a tough road, bro, with the Pelicans fighting for a spot, the Blazers, and then you got the Grizzlies, who just got Justice Winslow, who is yet to play a game for them
Justice Winslow would have been good in their situation.
Yeah,
would have been good in that situation out there in Minnesota. And then you're in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like, who's trying to really kick it in Minnesota?
You got a long journey ahead of you, man. It's going to be tough. For Minnesota fans, it's going to be tough because you're going to be like, man, we got 2 All-Stars. We have a legit 2 All-Stars for the first time since Garnett, Sprewell, Stephon Marbury, guys like that. You haven't had this team yet. So, and you're gonna struggle because none of those.
I'm telling you, they're far away.
Yeah.
We talked about stands. I'm a D'Lo stan from day one. They're so far away, it's not even funny. It's actually going to be ugly next year. And, they decided to keep this year's draft pick, but to let next year's draft pick go to Golden State. I don't know if I would have did that. I would have had to hold on to my draft. I wouldn't have traded the earliest draft pick I would have traded if I was Minnesota would probably be like a 2022, 2023, where I could really figure this thing out. They might give the Warriors the number 1 pick in the draft in 2021. Like, it could really be that bad, especially when these dudes gets hurt, which God forbid. I never even like to talk about getting hurt, but circumstances. Let's just say circumstances. Let's not say getting hurt. Circumstances pop up. One of these dudes is not able to be himself for the full year. Now you go from a 30-win team to a 15-win team, and you throw the Warriors next year's number 1 pick, where there's much better draft prospects next year than there is this year. I wouldn't have did that. That's bad general manager shit. Like, you don't do that. In my opinion, you don't. As much as I love D'Lo, love him, I would have gave up 2023's pick or something and just figured that out. But nah, the Warriors act like they wanted Wiggins so bad. Why would you give up next year's pick unprotected for, you know what I'm saying, for D'Lo? If the Warriors wanted Wiggins so bad, like that was a bad, like, Bob Myers flexed on old boy with that.
He really did.
Flexed on him. Tough.
He really did. With what's been, it's just that with the Timberwolves though, you gotta. You have to though, low key, because you're in Minnesota, just like we said. You gotta make a move. If you don't this summer, I honestly think Cat would have been on a different team, probably the Suns. They might have fucked around, and the Warriors might have been able to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Some crazy shit would have happened, and then what can you get if the market is really what it is for big men? You know what I'm saying? If this guy doesn't start playing defense at all, man, his stock is only going down. Remember, at one point, who'd you start a franchise with? Karl Anthony Towns or Anthony Davis? He ain't in that conversation no more whatsoever. No. Not even close. That conversation really now belongs to, like, Luka Doncic and Giannis, really. Yeah. He's barely in the All-Star conversation now. Exactly. Remember when Andre Drummond, like, when we were fucking talking and projecting his stats? Remember when he was supposed to fucking average, like, 25 and 20 within year 6 on some shit like that? His offensive game was supposed to take off better. It never did. I just want everybody to know that me and Solo have been doing this for so long.
We covered the 2012 draft class with Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond, Austin Rivers.
That was really our
Andre
first
Drummond,
one, huh?
yes, that was the first one we ever covered fully. AD number 1, MKG number 2, Waiters, Bill, all that. We were covering that draft. Andre Drummond went the pick before New Orleans was supposed to pick. And we were like, dude, if Drummond goes to New Orleans with Davis, it's over. We were hoping for that. We watched the draft together. We're writing up little biographies for the players and everything. And Detroit comes in and takes Drummond at number 9. And New Orleans has to take Austin Rivers at 10. That could have changed Anthony Davis's whole tenure in New Orleans. That draft pick. Like, that's how crazy draft picks are.
That could have messed them up even worse, to be honest.
It could have messed them up even worse, or it could have gave them, like, he could have been a little bit happier early on. They could have made the playoffs a couple times, like, when they were getting their ass kicked all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit would have been...
I don't think it would have brought them rings or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, what did Austin Rivers bring them? That Austin Rivers pick really set them back.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Drummond pick wouldn't have set them back. If they would at least gotten a lot for him if they figured out they couldn't play together.
I don't know, bro, because think about it. If the Pistons had to max Andre Drummond, then the Pelicans were going to have to max Andre Drummond. And now you're stuck with two guys that are basically, the job is to do this exact same thing, except for Anthony Davis is fucking versatile. You know what I'm saying? Now you're paying 2 rebounders, 2 defenders, max money, and now you have Drew Holiday. Like, that could have low-key made them worse.
It could have, or remember, Anthony Davis is tired of playing the 5. Didn't like playing the 5 in New Orleans. Would have never had to. Would have had somebody there with him. And if you said, okay, well, they would have had to give him a max, well, at least he's a max player. And AD has a max player to play with. You know what I mean? Like, they ended up having to trade assets to get a max player that ended up being a center in DeMarcus Cousins when they had their best season with another center, and then he gets hurt, right when it's really right when they were really getting taken off. They still ended up having a good playoff run that year, but you see they traded Buddy Hield and whatever they had to trade to get DeMarcus, and it worked out. Now, obviously, DeMarcus Cousins is much more versatile than Andre Drummond, but we've seen that, AD can coexist with pretty much any type of big man next to him. Now, yeah, there would have been challenges because, like, Andre Drummond's just like a much better and bigger Nerlens Noel type of player. He's not like a DeMarcus Cousins, but, at least he would have had somebody there with them. You never know what they could have turned into. It could have made him worse.
Was that De'Aaron Fox pick a New Orleans pick that they traded with DeMarcus Cousins?
Let's see.
I just want to figure that part out because...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too because if New Orleans trades their pick to Sacramento, New Orleans' pick wasn't good that next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that was the year where Sacramento started picking like Georges Papagiannis and Marquise Chris with those picks. That was the New Orleans pick, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. I would like to have my facts straight, but I that's what I think. It was that year when they wasted that fucking pick. They suck. They're the Kings.
That's wild, but
that's how crazy draft picks are. Like, Andre Drummond was one pick away from being paired up with Anthony Davis for the first few years of their career. Who knows? Maybe they get traded. Maybe whatever happens. Maybe Andre Drummond gets traded. Of course, AD's not going first. But, it's the draft picks are just like, that's why I love the draft so much. The draft, like, feeds all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. Me and Solo have always been draft heads. For anybody who's out there still listening, we're, like, nerds about it.
Yeah, I'm a late starter. I always start like
now that you're old. Now, of course, now that we're old. When we were younger, I mean, there was no late starting. Like,
low key.
We were trying to find guys first. Like, what guy can I find that's gonna be better than whatever guy he finds? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Raging Bear 3000 on Twitch says, "Hola."
What up, Bear?
What's going on, man? How you doing? How's your night going, bro? With it?
Hope everything's going good. Talking some late night basketball. You can really throw out anything you want to throw out there, and we'll discuss it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? We're on. We're going up.
You know what else is low key a little crazy, man? Did you watch what's that Damn, bro. I'm trying to think of that fucking I'm trying to find it real quick. There was a clip that I seen. Let me go ahead and find this shit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I just had that shit too. I was just on my phone on this shit. Boom, boom, boom.
Hell yeah, man. Well, my guy's trying to find this, man. Just want to say rest in peace to Kobe Bryant one more time. You know what I'm saying? I know anybody who loves basketball loves Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So, R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P. everybody who was affected by that. Kobe will always be like our guy. Like Kobe's ridiculous, man. He means so much to us. You have to listen to the last episode where we really went deep. But yeah, man. R.I.P. Kobe all the time.
Well, yeah, what I was gonna say, with that injury, fucking with Damian Lillard with that groin injury, that's the worst, one of the worst possible injuries that could come at this time when they're trying to make a playoff push. If that shit lingers on some Chris Paul shit, dude,
it's over for them.
Yeah.
I don't even think they could survive while he's about to miss this week or two. These 2 weeks or so.
I wonder who they even go up against.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe CJ is about to really go ham or something, but
I don't.
see that. Oh,
they have the Pelicans, which could easily be a loss. They have the Pistons. I can dub that. The Celtics loss. Pacers loss. Hawks if you don't have Dame Lillard. Trae Young. Are you stopping that man?
Exactly.
Then you have the Magic, bro. They have a big guy.
Magic will beat them.
They have a team, and then the Suns, the Wizards. They have the tough road, and they can fall behind, man.
Without Dame, they're on the same level as all those bad teams.
Like the Hawks, Magic, Wizards, and shit, huh?
Yeah. That's exactly the type of team they are without Dame.
Because it was 1 to 2 weeks. So you're counting what they had these next, I want to say 6 days off, do they?
Yeah, and they think about it, bro. They just lost to the Pelicans and Memphis right before their break. And now dude's out for 2 weeks, and they probably don't have another game probably until like next Wednesday or next Thursday. I don't even know when the games get back cracking because I know the Lakers don't play again until next Friday.
Ooh, I just seen something good right now that I didn't know. It said Lakers are now 28-2 when Dwight plays more than 19 minutes per game.
Oh wow, that's a good stat.
That's a crazy stat.
Exactly.
19 minutes a game? You telling me I can have a dub if I play this man 19 minutes? Oh shit.
Yep. Yeah, the NBA resumes on Thursday, February 20th. So a week from today, the NBA gets back cracking. That's a good long break.
Check on All-Star snubs. If you're 5-75, you don't have the right to be snubbed. All the guys who said they were snubbed were on the worst teams. Is that facts?
I don't know. I have no idea. I come from an era where people that used to play for the Wizards used to make the All-Star team. Like Gilbert Arenas, Antoine Jameson, when they weren't good. T-Mac used to make the All-Star team when Orlando wasn't good. I wouldn't have wanted to see those All-Star games without those guys. And Iverson had some bad years with the Sixers, and they weren't good. He, of course, made it like, I don't know. It's just like we kind of talked about this earlier. It's just a different time. Winning means so much more for the star player than it ever has, ever in history. It's just like you don't win, fans just discredit you from jump.
That is true, bro. I wouldn't have wanted to see those All-Star teams without.
Exactly. Kevin Garnett had some bad years and made All-Star teams. Would you want to see those All-Star games without KG? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I would have rather have seen Bradley Beal than Sabonis.
Exactly. Just because they have a good, I mean, they're good. They're on good teams. They're putting up solid numbers. And there's guys that are on bad teams putting up extraordinary numbers. Who's really the all-star? That's what it really comes down to. You're on a really good team and you're putting up pretty solid numbers, or you're on a bad team and you're putting up extraordinary numbers. Who is the all-star? I wish we could do a poll with all NBA fans that says what criteria is better. On a winning team, solid numbers. On a bad team with extraordinary numbers. What is an all-star to you?
I think that's a fucking poll we're gonna have to do, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Because
have to
this
do
snub
that.
shit and everybody calling everything political, like people being so in their feelings, like, come on, man. What do you want? What do you want out of this? Like, you want to be praised for your numbers, or you want to say, oh, at the end of the day, I just want to be a great player and winning's all that matters. I could care less about my numbers. That's what everybody's gonna say when you ask them. If you interview Bradley Beal, if Michael Wilbon interviews Bradley Beal, he's gonna say, yeah, man, I'm putting up good numbers, but all I care about is winning. I'm not winning though. I want to win. But yet you're mad that you're not an all-star because you're putting up great numbers and you're not winning. So.
And the shit could change so quickly though, because it was just also Jimmy Butler was in that conversation. Shit, who else was in that fucking conversation? I guess it's really the same guys every year, huh?
Yeah, Damian Lillard made a big deal out of it. Like, I don't know if it was last year. I think it was year before last. Yeah, year before last, Dame got snubbed from the All-Star team, and Russell Westbrook said he was crying about it and shit. I don't know if you remember that exchange back then, but yeah, it's been like the last few years, guys have been really, really upset and really publicized it. Went to their Twitters and got their opinion out to the national media. Just like we said, that's what happens in today that didn't happen in yesterday's NBA. And now it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Your Bookers, Devin Booker, who feels like he should have made it every year since the second year, feels like he's been snubbed. Bradley Beal, of course, like we're talking about. People feel like Ja Morant's gotten snubbed, but he hasn't said anything about it. He's been cool about it. But people have really, yeah. People. I was watching the Jump today. I think I want to say Paul Pierce or Mike Wilbon, somebody who was on there today, said they would have rather seen Ja Morant in the All-Star game more than Devin Booker. So, I mean, Ja Morant's on a winning team. They're 2 games over 500.
That's
and he's the best player on the team. Devin Booker is on a team that's 3, 4, 5 games below 500. So it's all about that winning losing type of dynamic.
People don't appreciate greatness right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's guys, It's not easy.
People don't appreciate individual greatness.
Yeah, like
people get mad when you play ISO ball.
Yeah, like it's so disappointing to see that they're just, man, 17-6, 7 assists, 3.5 total rebounds, bro. Just because he has a better team than Devin Booker. No.
But it's just crazy because, like, is Memphis better than Phoenix, like, player for player?
Player for player? Let's go. Let's do it. Ricky Rubio, Ja Morant.
I mean, sure. Ja.
Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks. Of course.
Book.
But
Kelly Oubre, any wing that Memphis has. Kelly Oubre.
No. But Dylan Brooks is a fucking sniper.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good player.
He's a sniper. He gives you fucking major activity on the defensive end. And now you talk. And now let's now that I've said that. Okay, you said Kelly Oubre and what would have been Jay Crowder, what is now will be Justice Winslow. You know what I'm saying?
Kelly Oubre.
You say Kelly Oubre?
I don't even think it's very close. Kelly Oubre has really fared well for himself, and I wasn't really a fan of his coming out of Kansas, but these last 2 seasons, he's put himself on the map.
I think if Justice Winslow was healthy, Kendrick Nunn probably wouldn't have the season he's currently having.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that, too, because Justice Winslow, like this big old small forward point guard, like, yeah, I like Justice Winslow, don't get me wrong, but Kelly Oubre, for what he can do behind the three-point line and driving and playing defense, Kelly Oubre fared well for himself. Okay, that's one of the reasons why Phoenix is so disappointing.
So you would take Kelly Oubre, I would take Justice Winslow, personally. So now we're talking about the 4. I don't even know who the 4 is.
You got 3J, Jaren Jackson Jr. playing the 4. In my opinion, playing out of position in Memphis. I think he should be playing the 5. I've always thought that. He was the 5.
Just for the Suns. I don't know who plays the 4 for the Suns.
At the 4 spot for the Suns, you have Dario Saric. Plays the 4 spot for the Suns. And I think Frank Kaminsky comes in and gives them minutes at the 4. Their 4 spot's very weak. And their 5 spot... Oh, shit. Hold on.
Shit. We got technical difficulties on the Discord. The Discord is on fire, people. But while that happens, make sure y'all go check out the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all go follow us on Twitter. We're currently broadcasting live on Twitter and YouTube. We talk hoops. We talk a lot of shit, man. If you like to talk hoops, just enjoy it. Chilling, smoking, drinking. This is the spot for you. This is definitely the spot for you. So while he's handling his thing over there, man, let's see if we can pull up some interesting takes on Twitter and see what anybody has to say about the shit that just played out with the Celtics and the Clippers and things like that. On a personal note, though, I'd like to see the Clippers get low key what's it called? I'd like to see the Clippers have some kind of fucking damn, what's the word for it? I'm trying to look at this motherfucking tweet that I just put out.
All right, I'm back, people. My bad. I don't know what the hell that was.
The Discord caught on fire, bro. That's all that was.
Man, it was just too much heat.
Too much heat coming out that mic.
No, like my dryer, like when I dry clothes, it like leaves off way too much like steam, and there's a fire alarm right there, and it thinks that it's on fire, but it's literally just a fucking dryer.
So you know what's crazy? I was gonna say the Clippers aren't getting any kind of backlash of anything for losing this game right now. I'm looking through Twitter,
they don't ever get backlash for anything.
No one's talking about it. They play in LA too.
No, it doesn't matter. They don't get backlash for anything. They're the Clippers. Everything only matters in the playoffs with them.
They just lost to a young Celtics team.
They got blown out by Minnesota after the trade.
Well, what happened when we lost to the fucking Celtics?
When we lost to the Celtics, all hell broke. They lose to the Celtics, it don't matter. It's just, I don't know, it's this weird thing, man. I just hate the way the narrative has been painted with these two LA teams this season. But we've seen it from early on. It gets us anybody who is directly opposed to LeBron James will get a positive spin on their career for some reason. I don't know what that's about. If you're Steph Curry and you're not really performing well in the finals, but you won 2 MVPs, we're going to just say you're better than LeBron. It's your league now because you're LeBron's opposition. So we're going to give you that. Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? You had a good playoff run. You were fortunate to have guys get injured, but you did your thing. And now you're directly opposed to LeBron. So now it's your world. Your way is the way. Your load managing way is the way everybody should do it now because you're opposed to LeBron. And we want to say whoever is doing what LeBron's not doing is the right way for some reason.
It's fucking crazy, bro. How that happened, how that shit. I mean, how the odds stack up against LeBron like that?
I don't know. People sick of success, maybe. People feel like he took control of his own narrative too much a little bit and didn't give the media enough, maybe. I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it's just his entrepreneurial spirit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just him wanting to own everything.
It was him and Kobe when they never even played in the playoffs. It was him and Steph, him and KD. It's like who did he even have any rivals in the East? Like some real rivals though.
He smashed on all of them all the time. They would try, but he always the East was his for way too long. Remember Derrick Rose and them were trying to be his rival. And then they put LeBron to guard Derrick Rose in the playoffs, and he shut that down immediately. Washington had their little run where they tried Deshaun Stevenson. I mean, my memory is crazy, goes back far. But Deshaun Stevenson tried to beef with LeBron and say things off the court and this and that. Still got owned by the guy. Like, I don't know. The Raptors had their little time with Rosen and Lowry and all that. Wasn't no match for him. The Pacers, remember the Pacers were supposed to be his rival with Paul George and Roy Hibbert and all that. I mean, the guy is just, he's just something else. I would have liked to see him and Prime Giannis fight for the East. You know what I'm saying? But they just happen to be 10 years apart.
I would have loved to have seen the fucking LeBron and the Cavs with Kyrie and Kevin Love. with Kawhi and the Raptors.
Ooh, now that would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been amazing to see. We always get robbed of like great matchups. Like we don't really get to see the ultimate matchups that ever since really like what 20 since the Lakers beat the Celtics, I would say.
Yeah, that was the last time it was like everybody wanted to see this. When the
Yeah,
Lakers beat the Magic, the Magic were supposed to be the Cavs.
yeah,
Like that was really the year the Magic were supposed to be the Cavs. So it always ends up like that. Like people probably last year would have probably liked to see what the Warriors versus Philly. That was probably supposed to be the matchup last year, and it didn't happen. So it always happens like that. Well, what you think is going to happen usually doesn't happen.
yeah. It gets close.
Just like I wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee's not representing the East. That's my prediction.
Me too.
I've already thrown that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know who exactly. It's tough to point. It's tough to pick exactly one person. I mean, one team. My heart is telling me the Miami Heat for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like I just want to say the Heat. But I just don't know who's coming out the East, man. I really don't.
Yeah, initially I said the Heat as well when I really thought about what team will really take Milwaukee down. But now I'm looking at Boston. I'm looking at Philly with their adjustments they're making midseason. I mean, I think at least the Raptors, Boston, Philly. I'm thinking that's at least 3 teams that could beat Milwaukee right there.
Yeah.
That I would give either of those teams just as good of a chance to win a series versus Milwaukee as I would give Milwaukee. I'll put it like that.
It's gonna be interesting to see, man. I can't wait for this fucking All-Star weekend. Are you gonna watch anything?
I'm watching it all. I mean, of course, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. I am a married man. Of course, I have things I have to do, but
Yeah.
I'll be watching that Rising Stars game by 6:00. I'll figure a way out.
Yeah, I'm not watching the Rising Stars game, but I do plan while you're over here recording and shit to throw on that fucking All-Star
Dunk contest and shit.
Dunk contest and 3-point contest. I'm probably not gonna end up watching the actual All-Star game because that's the Valentine's Day that I'm spending is on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And Friday I might not even be home, so I won't be able to watch that shit. So, but Saturday I'm looking forward to Saturday, man. There's a lot of interesting pieces on the dunk contest, 3-point contest that I hope to see somebody.
We made our picks, didn't we? I picked Duncan Robinson for the 3-point, and you picked somebody good. I was a little mad at your pick because I didn't think of that person. I can't remember who it was. Was it Dame?
No, it wasn't Dame.
I'll look at the last episode to see.
Nah, I'm about to look up the contestants right now. Let me see.
So I know it's Joe Harris, Duncan Robinson, some guys that shouldn't even be there, but Clay and Steph are out. So
I picked Buddy Hield.
Oh, okay, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I picked Buddy Hield.
That is a good pick.
Yeah.
He's mad right now too. He's really mad about his situation in Sacramento right now.
I would be too, man. I think all of that shit. I'd be mad at the whole thing. Vlade Divac. I'd be pissed at Luke. If I was a team, I'd be pissed at Luke. You fucked that whole team up.
Yep. And because you publicly put Bojan Bogdanovic in trade rumors to make him back happy, to make him come back part of the team, you had to give him Buddy Hield's starting spot because he was done with you guys. Yep. Like, come on, that's just not how you run a team. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, they got so much shit going on over there, man. It's fucking sad. Oh, Zach LaVine. Oh, should Zach LaVine have been an All-Star this year?
He's one. That's another one. He has the numbers, not the team success.
From Chicago, though? They're about to have this shit in Chicago?
I would have thought they would have threw him in there, but nope. I don't even think he's the first replacement in the East. If somebody were to get hurt. Now, our guy, Brandon Ingram, hasn't played the last 3 games before the All-Star break. I'm wondering if he's going to make it healthy, if he's even going to play. Or are they going to have another replacement?
Well, he has to.
Because I wonder who would be the second replacement in the West if they would give it to Ja Morant.
Oh, if they give it to John. Hey, Cat is out, huh? Cat is out, so it would have to be Ja.
Yep.
It would have to be.
Because I'm trying to think, unless it's like CJ, I wouldn't give it to CJ McCollum. I mean, you're like the second guy on a bad team.
I mean, I also wouldn't be mad if they fucked around and said, yo, Bradley, take this spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad too. Like, I know he's it's the other side or whatever, East West. But fuck it, give them the spot. The teams don't even play on the same team anymore for conference anyways. But did you find it funny that the Eastern Conference starters stayed on one team on Team Giannis, and the Western Conference starters all stayed on Team LeBron?
Yeah, Giannis is a horrible GM.
Giannis is the worst drafter. I seen a meme today that said Giannis as a player, and there was a picture of Michael in a Bulls uniform, and then it said Giannis as a GM, and there was a picture of Michael in his big ass jeans being the GM of the Hornets.
That's fucking insane. He is a horrible pick. I honestly thought his first pick was gonna be Luka because of like the European, like you know what I'm saying. They're both out from they're not from the U.S. I thought his first pick was gonna be Luka.
Me too, but he was going with the Africans. He had a lot of people who are he's Nigerian, Embiid's of African descent, Siakam's of African descent. He picked another guy too. Bam Adebayo's of African descent. He picked like all the African dudes.
Is he close to Embiid? Because he picked Embiid first last time too, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess they're probably very close off court, or they're just both from Nigeria. I want to say. Well, even though obviously Giannis is from Greece, but you know he's of Nigerian descent. That's his racial ethnicity, or whatever.
So real quick before we end the stream, it is about to be 10:30. Your boy has to wake up to work.
Yep.
That shot with Lil Will. How wasn't that?
That 3-pointer.
Yeah.
They're calling. Why? Okay. If you are the NBA, why do you keep changing these rules every single season when they're already bang bang plays? It's like before us growing up, the basketball we knew is that somebody can get hit and they still can make a basketball move and get into their shot, and that's still considered an and one. Nowadays, it's like somebody can get hit going into their shot, and it's, oh no, it was on the floor because your wrist wasn't bent for the shot, or the ball wasn't in your shooting, wasn't about to be released from your elbow, or whatever the new rule is that you have to look at a player's elbow or wrist to see if they're in the shooting motion. It's just too much for the referees to have to look at. And that's barely new this year, bro. That's a new rule from this year, that continuation rule.
This will never happen to me ever as an NBA basketball fan for either of these teams. I could care fucking less. But when I seen that Lil Will's shot wasn't an and one, and they reviewed it and still said it wasn't an and one, I was hot. I was so hot. That shit was insane to see. I hope we don't see no shit like that ever again next year.
It happened in the Warriors game. I know that Warriors game was a weirdo game that the Lakers just played, but that same type of play happened to LeBron in the Warriors game. Now, LeBron missed the shot, and it wasn't even close, but LeBron was hoping to get the 3 foul calls, and it looked like he had already shot the ball. Like he was in his shooting motion, and they waved it off. And it was like he was really shooting the ball, and they still just waved it off. That new rule is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. It's crazy for guys like Dame Lillard, Lou Williams, Devin Booker, guys who are coming off the screen and looking to shoot, because that's their money. Like, guys make money off of being able to get you in the air real fast and to fall into you while they shoot it to get their 3 shots or whatever. Like, that's what those guys do. And now that rule is so different. It's like one play you do the same thing and they don't call it. The next play you do the exact same thing and they do call it. It's like, I don't know, that continuation rule, they shouldn't have messed with that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have messed with that at all, man. And they also shouldn't have messed with the All-Star game. That fourth quarter shit. I understand what you're trying to do for Kobe. It was perfect with the jerseys. You should have left it alone. Now we got this weird ass scoring 24 points before somebody else does. Like, nah, man. Let's just
come on. If you wanted to really, 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 really honor Kobe and his competitive spirit, no matter what the game and who Kobe was as a player and person, you would have made it the Team USA versus Team World in the All-Star game. Kobe was born in Italy. Kobe was championing European basketball, saying they are more physical than our guys these days. They're more skilled than our guys these days. So he started the Mamba Academy so he could start helping our young guys get as skilled as those guys were over there. Like, that would have represented what Kobe was about, because they would have competed like crazy for their country. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the game would have damn near been fair. I know people say, okay, there's more American All-Stars, but that team world squad would have been crazy with Luka and Giannis and Siakam and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Like, that's already a nasty starting five right there for the world team. Jokic and all these guys. Like, I think they should have did that. I think they should have did that, but I mean, they're doing this difficult thing. I guess they're going to play basically a game of 21 up to 24 for the fourth quarter and then add up all the scores. And so when the game is over, we're really not going to know who won, I guess. We're going to have to. It's going to be weird, but I'm gonna check it out just because it's like, it's going to be weird. Now I want to see B.I. playing his first All-Star game.
You know what's going to be hard? Oh, I just thought about it. They're playing a game of 21 in the fourth quarter. Bro, they're gonna compete their asses off that fourth quarter.
It's just up to 24. You know what I'm saying? It's just up to 24.
Okay, I see what the NBA did. I see what they did. Okay, that's fucking fire. We might need to keep that fourth quarter game to 24.
Yep. But then you got to. So somebody's gonna win that, right? One of the teams is gonna score 24 before the other one, and then you have to retroactively go back and see who won the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, tally up all the points, and then determine who won at the end of the day. So it's going to be really weird, but I'm interested to see it. It's the first of its kind. You know what I'm saying? Now, they should have a game of 21 for real.
Yeah.
Where it's like everybody's on their own team in All-Star Weekend someday. Maybe for guys that like didn't make it or like not really all-stars, but they're impact players. Have them play like a game of 21 for real. It
would be super hard. Like, all right, the top vote getters, like let's just say top 3 or top 4. Shit, fuck it. The all-stars, the starting lineup for the East, starting lineup for the West have their own game of 21. The winners of that 21 game go head-to-head to go East versus West 21 for just that final battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be hard.
That'd be crazy. Imagine it's like guys who didn't make the All-Star team but got a lot of votes, and Alex Caruso won a game of 21 versus like Brad Bill and like Devin Booker and others, like guys who got snubbed, and like Taco Falls out there and shit. Like, that's obviously who people want to see. You got to start giving the people what they want a little bit more. You got to figure out a little niche for these kind of like these cult heroes. You know what I'm saying? That get these big followings.
So before we end the stream, I just got to say this. I got to say this part. You still wear tidy whities on Twitch. Said hi.
Hey, what's the deal? You
tidy
still wear
whities. Oh man.
Tidy whities.
What's going on, bro? We're actually just about to start ending the stream, man. It's getting pretty late. Your boy got to work. But tidy whities, man, check us out. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter. Follow us here, man. Every time we go live, if you love to talk hoops, you can always talk hoops with us. Come and chill and shit. We listen to music, talk whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, man. Never heard so much enthusiasm about my name before. I've never seen a name like that, bro. Not yet. Not that like creative and funny. Like everybody else just has like weird names. Like so I appreciate
that's almost
name.
As good as show me your TDs for a fantasy football name.
Oh yeah, show me your TDs. Oh my goodness, we're so immature.
I know we're
so immature.
Hey, but we'll be with you guys, man. Check us out. Subscribe to the channels, man, so you guys can know when we're coming on, because we'll be right back on very soon to talk about All-Star Weekend, the games after All-Star Weekend. Like, we're going to be really hitting you guys with these streams, man, really dissecting and breaking these games down to the best of our abilities. And I don't spare no expense on giving you guys the best information that I know. Solo doesn't either. So, I mean, if you really want to know what's really going on, mess with the One-on-One podcast. We got it for you.
Yep. Join the conversation, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Tidy whities, bro. I'll see you on the next episode. I'll see you on the next episode. Oh, that was a good one. All right, y'all. All right, y'all.
All right, you guys.
Y'all have a good night, man.
Yes, sir.